we are heading for no deal by accident, a no deal situation which would have a profound impact on the relations between Britain and the EU countries for a generation.
With months to go before the United Kingdom is scheduled to leave the European Union, neither side can seem to agree on a plan for it. What can we expect for the future of Brexit? Hello, I'm Anand Naidu and this is The Heat. The United Kingdom and the European Union are negotiating Brexit and hope to finalise the terms by October. That would give both sides time to resolve their differences by March 29th, 2019, when the UK is scheduled to leave the European Union. But the negotiations have been anything but smooth, and with a lot of uncertainties about the transition, some are calling for a second referendum on the issue. CGTN's Richard Bestic has the latest from London.
For a bigger, better Britain.
During those innocent times of the in-out yes or no Brexit referendum 2 years ago, leaving the EU seemed so simple. It's proved to be anything but, and talks are effectively in deadlock. Here, the UK's new Foreign Minister, Jeremy Hunt, last week with a warning.
There is a real risk of a messy divorce, which would be a huge geostrategic mistake.
A mistake? For the UK, say some, a no-deal Brexit would be economic disaster. Thousands of trucks backing up at all the country's major ports. The pound sterling fell to an 11-day low against the dollar last week as Bank of England Governor Mark Carney warned the chances of a cliff-edge Brexit were, quote, uncomfortably high.
Are you running away from the big decisions again, Boris?
Some senior cabinet ministers, like former Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, have been forced to quit as a consequence of the Brexit convulsions gripping the UK government. There's a real possibility, according to the Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar, of international flights being grounded on the day of the UK's EU departure, as pan-European airspace agreements collapse if a compromise can't be found. The most prominent of obstacles to a deal, Ireland's all but invisible border between the Irish Republic and Northern Ireland under British rule. More than 300 miles long, with 30,000 people crossing every day on around 200 roads. To end a murderous 30-year IRA terrorist war in the province, the UK government promised 20 years ago to maintain that open border forever, and both Brussels and Dublin are insisting on it. Earlier in the summer, when I travelled to Dundalk, just 5 minutes from the border, people had vivid memories of the old days and no desire to return to them.
I remember the hours that we had to queue and being stopped and cars searched by the British Army.
The reintroduction of a hard border would have so many implications.
It is not acceptable, but people realise it could be a reality that no one wants.
But how to keep the border open? Even the Prime Minister, under questioning from a parliamentary committee last month, struggled for an answer.
And there isn't the sort of simple answer to that you're looking for, if I may say so.
A European Council meeting in October is crucial, as it will finalise the legal basis for Brexit. Unless a legally binding compromise can be found for the Irish border, between now and then, a hard Brexit beckons. Richard Bestic, CGTN, London.